Hello everyone, my name is Hannah and I'm from Sweden. This is my second year in Tanzania and I'm here with LHRC as an intern for 3 months. So I just want to learn about human rights issues, how these human rights clubs, what you guys do. I want to learn from you as well. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. Clap hands for her. Yeah. I like that. Thank you so much, guys. So, yeah, may have a seat. Just enjoy. And also, Rachel, if you will need to have a seat and you have your mic, it's okay. So, I take this opportunity to welcome my leader to introduce themselves and to tell what they used to do during the club session so that we can proceed. Thank you so much and welcome.
Good afternoon. Okay, my name is Ibrahim. Many of you knows me. I'm the leader, chairperson of Human Rights Club. And here today, I'd like to welcome my guest, Hannah, to our school, to our club here, so that she can learn about how we conduct our club session. So today we're gonna have the dialogue of anti-death penalty, which students, even our brothers, and you who can participate in how this work. So that is all for me. Thanks.
Okay, my name is Brian Moses. I'm the secretary of Human Rights Club here at Azania Secondary School. I hope that you're going to do this dialogue well, and I hope that you participate in this dialogue. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muksin Salum Shomvi. I'm the leader of Human Rights Club, and I'm dealing with financial issues. So all financial issues of Human Rights Club, I'm here for you. You're welcome.
That is all.
That's all.
Yeah.
So let us clap 3 hands for them. Great, thank you so much. So I will moderate this session, and by saying that moderating, I want to twist your mind so that you will get into point of discussion. As we have written here on the board that this is a Human Rights Club Azania, and today we will need to talk about anti-death penalty, and that will be our dialogue. And from that, I would want to ask, and if I ask if you have something, I will just give you this mic so that your voice will be heard from the video about, do you know, or what do you know about death penalty, especially in Tanzania context? What do you know about death penalty, especially in Tanzania context? Anybody? Raise your hand. This mic is yours. What do you know about death penalty, especially in Tanzania context? We are Tanzanians, right? We are Tanzanians. We are living in Tanzania, right? So we are being governed by Tanzania laws, and also we are also obliged to know different laws in Tanzania. And one of those talk about death penalty. Do you know about that? Have you ever heard before that? About death penalty, right? What have you heard?
In my view, I just know that death penalty is that when someone does a wrong deed to his community and breaks the law, he or she is sentenced on death, in my view.
Else with additional point?
Is Emmanuel Msafiri. Death penalty is, as we know, penalty is the final decision given to somebody. Now, death penalty is that penalty or final decision given to somebody towards death. A good example is that somebody has done something wrong, then is taken to the court. Then after judgment, the judge says that for doing these wrongs are seen to be very big, very large. So your punishment is, we are taking you to death, either by hanging you till death, or by staying into jail till death, or by chopping you a poisonous injection.
My name is Gudun Malaki. I'm in Form 4. I want to contribute something. As my fellow club members have said about the anti-death penalty according to the Tanzanian context, but I wanted to add something, because the death penalty is not just only rendered to everybody or every crime, but the only crime that is being given the death penalty is treason. Tanzania, according to the Constitution of Tanzania, I heard that the only crime in Tanzania that sentence someone to death penalty is treason. Thank you.
Afternoon, my fellow students. My name is John Raphael. I am in Form 1. According to my understanding, this penalty is the final decision that is taken to the special institution. For example, someone has killed or have done the murder case. So, in order to solve that thing or case, it will taken to the special organ or institution. So that organ or institution can make the final decision making.
And when we are talking about anti-death penalty, it is the opposite of death penalty, right? We are just saying no to death penalty in a simple language. So I wanted to know if you have ever heard about death penalty. You say that you ever heard, and also what you have said is exactly what is being said in our community. Most of them are generating from some parts of the law, but most of them are some gossips. But what I want to tell you is that in Tanzania, there are laws, but specifically there is a law which is called the Penal Code. What? The Penal Code, which is Cap 16 of the Tanzanian laws. When you go and Google that, you will have that. It is called Penal Code, and in Swahili it is called Kanuni za Adhabu. Kanuni za Adhabu, sura ya 16, Cap 16, chapter. Cap is chapter 16, sura ya 16. And I want to read it for your benefit. I want to read it for your benefit in Swahili, but also in English, so that we will both understand, right? And I want you to get into the construction of that section. So the section is section 197 is what it talks about death penalty. But before that, we are talking about murder. We are talking about murder. And if you are convicted for murder, then your punishment is going to be either death penalty if it was intentional, and if it was non-intentional, it will be life sentencing. Okay? Let me read that. Allow me to read the law. Allow me to recite it for your benefit. It is 100 and what? It says that this is digital technology and we are moving ahead. So I'm not chatting, I'm just using my phone to read. Do you use your phone to read? Or you are using your phone to chat? So in Swahili it says, mtu ambaye ni kifungu cha 190 na ngapi? Mtu ambaye amepatikana na hatia ya kosa la kuua kwa kukusudia atahukumiwa adhabu ya kifo. Mtu ambaye amepatwa na kosa la kuua kwa kukusudia atahukumiwa adhabu ya kifo. Anybody who will be found guilty of murder will be sentenced to death Sawa intentional. Na hii kule kwenye sheria, if it is intentional, it is a murder. If it is not intentional, it is called manslaughter. It is called manslaughter. So the center of discussion is not only this section, but is subject to your perception as young people. What do you think about death penalty? Should it continue to be in our laws, or should it be removed from our laws, and why? For any answer. If we need it to exist, why? And if we don't need it to exist, why? I open the discussion. You have.
I'm in Form 5 PCB. My name is Abudi Peter. You say that we need that the best death penalty. Is it okay in our society? But in my view, it's not okay, because every human have the right to live. So death penalty isn't good in our society, because every human has the right to live. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My name is Sadiq Salum Mkude. Death penalty is not good in our society and should be removed. Why am I saying so? Because some people, when are being sent to court and the judge just wants them, has sentenced them to death, maybe through the investigation or through the checking on the evidence, maybe if they could have checked well, maybe the person is not guilty, but because of maybe things like corruption or things maybe like a bribery, someone is sentenced to death whilst he or she was not the one who did it. Thank you.
To propose the death penalty, it's because of, I think, just a single reason. Because if it's established, some people could use that opportunity to do guilty things. Example, people could use that opportunity to kill people intentionally. But because of death penalties, people get fear that if I do so, I will be sentenced to death. So I would like for us to think again about that.
It's scary and honest, Rima. I'm in Form 5 EGM. Well, personally, I think that death penalty isn't right because, first, it is against human rights, and second, at sometimes the person who is accused might be that he's not the right person. So like sentencing that person to death, it might be a wrong decision. And third, perhaps the person who is accused, let's say he or she is having a family. Let's say he's having 3 kids. When he's killed, then who's gonna look for the kids? I mean, who's gonna take care for the kids? So like when he's killed, then like his children will end up in the streets. Yeah, of course. And also the fourth thing is that at some points people use corruption to kill. I mean, in this society that we're living, not everything is fair, though we're having democracy, but still we have corruption. So at some point somebody might be sentenced to death penalty, but he's not guilty just because the person who is guilty has given out corruption. Yeah, of course.
To me, I do support death penalty because it is international accepted. For example, we can see one among the biggest nations in the world, for example, America, the United States of America, having organs like CIA, FBI, that they do investigate in crimes, and they say that there are some people that need to be killed and not only be jailed, because you can also see, for example, a country like Tanzania, it is not that strong economically. So when we jail all the criminals, even the people who are called murderers, because the murderers are also broke the human rights, and we are trying to protect human rights to the people that do not value and respect human rights. So I think, to me, the death penalty should be promoted and highly enhanced, but we should strengthen the structures or the system of crime investigation.
Hope you have a new experience. Let us invite Hannah to share her experience of Sweden as a country. How does the Sweden treat death penalty? How do you take it? give us the experience that we can share. It is not a final and a conclusive experience, but we need to see, because there was a point saying that it is worldwide accepted, right? Let's go to Sweden.
Okay, yes, so in Sweden, we have abolished the death penalty, meaning we don't allow it. Mainly, this is because we believe that the foundation of human rights is the right to life, so everyone should get to live. And you made a good point that these people that are, for example, murdering someone, they're not respecting someone else's right to life. So I understand that you think that, well, if they don't respect someone else's rights, why should we respect theirs? But I think that there is some hypocrisy in punishing the crime for killing someone with killing you, because in a way you're saying that, oh, because you killed someone, it's okay for me to kill you. So you're justifying that killing is sometimes okay. And so I think that definitely there needs to be more investment in the judicial system as well to have it become more fair. But I would also like to say that in the international community, a big problem with the death penalty in the United States, for example, is that it affects more low-income people and people that don't have the money to represent themselves with more educated lawyers. And so I think it becomes an unequal society when you allow the death penalty. And I think in general, we should just establish that the right to life should be the foundation of any society.
Society is being found subject to the respect to right to life. So if we don't respect the right to life, then we don't respect the human being, we don't respect the human nature, but also we are going to perish as a society. But I want you to remember verses from the Bible when Jesus met with one of the women who was being seen to be sinful. Do you remember that? And Jesus said, who is righteous among us to be the first to throw a stone to her, right? Yes. I'm just thinking about death penalty. And I'm just thinking about the reason that you made, and the reason that you made, very good reason. This man has killed a man. But let's come to the point. Who is the righteous to kill this man among us? Because we are killing this man because he has killed a man. And we are men, right? Who among us is most righteous to kill this man for killing a man? No one, right? Then we got it like no death penalty. But let's make it mathematically, right? Assume in the world there are only 100 people, right? Among 100 people, one person kill one person. Then how many will they remain? 99, right? Among the 99, there are 98 righteous and one sinful person who killed one person, right? We 98 people sit as a council, decided to kill this one person, right? Then we will be how many? 90? 98 will discuss about the one who we gave him or her a mandate to kill the one who killed the man, right? Who are you? Why you killed him? Because now you and him are the same, right? If you kill the man who killed the man, then how many will we be remaining? But if we go to that way, then how many will we remaining? Then the world will no longer exist. Isn't that mathematically coming? Because a judge is a man. Executor is a man. The man who is accused is a man. The man who has been killed is a man. Who among the man is powerful enough and the righteous to kill a man? You tell me. Anybody else? Because we elected them among us, right? A judge is appointed by the president coming from our society. He or she might be your auntie, your mother, your father, right? Somebody who sometimes forget. Did I give you a school fees? No, I forgot, right? What if that person, in his or her jurisdiction of making a decision to somebody to go experience a sentence to death penalty, has forgotten something? Then we come to the stories. Then we come to the stories. Let me give you these stories from BBC, which was written in 2019 about a person. The title, this is has been written in Swahili. It is saying, adhabu ya kifo Tanzania, nilihukumiwa kunyongwa bila kosa. BBC Swahili, 17th July 2019. If you access that, you will see that. I give you this story very short. He says, I will read it as it is in Swahili language. Tete Kafunja alikwenda kutoa dhamana kwa rafiki yake aliyekamatwa kwa kosa la kuuza bangi. Baada ya kufika hapo, alikamatwa na kupewa kesi ya mauaji. Do you understand the scenario? Yeah, you know, when you come into your adulthood and somehow you read laws, if you pursue law to become a lawyer, or if you read laws for any other subject which you will pursue, but law have technical issues. If somebody is killed and your IDs will be found to that person who has been killed, even by mistake to be thrown by a person, you will be associated to that killing. Okay? That's why when you miss your IDs, or you lose your IDs, or you're just being robbed, you have to go and report it to police, so that the police will give you will write a report about your loss, so that from now on, anybody who will get those IDs, they were not in the hands of the owner. You know what it means? If you don't report, if they will be found in a crime scene, you will be the one who did that. Okay? So assume you are going to your friend to take him out, and some police says, no, we need to take you in, and you have involved in one of the killing scenario or incident last week or yesterday, and now you are being presented as a killer, as a murder. And the law is very straight. It has not given option. It says a person who will be convicted to do a murder should be executed as a death sentence. So that is how it comes, right?
Yes. Let's say I have one example. Yeah, like 2 months ago, as Hack TV, we did a documentary about a girl who was just convicted to death penalty. Yeah, tulifanya makala juu ya binti ambaye alihukumiwa adhabu ya kifo akiwa na only miaka 18. Na jioni hapo, ilikuwa ni miezi miwili iliyopita, tulienda Kilimanjaro Moshi. Yule dada alikamatwa mwaka 2012 akiwa na umri wa miaka 18. Alikuwa amechukua bodaboda kwenda like kumtembelea rafiki yake. Alivyoshuka pale anaendelea na mambo yake. Kwa hiyo alivyorudi nyumbani asubuhi akagongewa na polisi kwao, anaishi kwa mamake mkubwa. Like kijana mida ya saa 10 ulimchukua bodaboda, na huyo bodaboda mpaka sasa hivi yuko kwenye hali mbaya, anakaribia kufa. Kwa hiyo unashikiliwa kwa ajili ya nini? Ya mauaji. Akaenda polisi, kesi ikaendelea, mwisho wa siku akaja kuhukumiwa adhabu ya kifo kwamba amemuua dereva bodaboda. Lakini yule bodaboda hakupona, kwa hiyo hakupata nafasi ya kusema kwamba nani aliyemuua. Kumbe aliuliwa na watu wengine. Lakini yule dada alikaa kama miaka 6 gerezani akiwa amehukumiwa adhabu ya kifo. Uzuri ni kwamba alikata rufaa, akaomba, mawakili wa serikali walimsaidia, baadaye akaja kushinda kesi. Kumbe hakuhusika kabisa kwenye hicho kifo cha bodaboda. Bodaboda aliuliwa na watu wengine ambao walikuwa wana nia ya kumpokonya ile bodaboda yake, ile dereva bodaboda. Kwa hiyo tunaweza tukaona reality about death penalty kwamba kwenye investigation sometimes watu wanahukumiwa kitu ambacho hakipo. Ni mfano hai, ukiingia kwenye YouTube channel yetu utaikuta ile documentary tulifanya na huyo dada ambaye sasa hivi ana miaka 29, lakini only akiwa na 18 years alihukumiwa adhabu ya kifo kwa kitu ambacho hajafanya.
You see? That is scenario. I like the point you said. I like the point you said that we should strengthen our investigative mechanism, right? That is very pure point to be taken in. But that doesn't legalize death penalty, because they are also human. Human by nature. Even when you read the Bible, you read the Quran and all other holy books, God says that we are not perfect, right? So we don't have to expect perfection from human being. Anybody can do mistakes. Mama Samia Suluhu can do mistake, and my father can do mistake. They are all human, regardless of their social status as a president and as my father. that the case. But also, death penalty. When we go to what does the penalty do? What does the penalty do? You are being whipped because you are late in school, so that tomorrow we can assess if by whipping you, you will get error into school or not, right? If you kill somebody to show him that he killed and it was wrong, how sure are we that somebody has changed his mind and behavior, because tomorrow we will not see him or her again, right? And we will not have something to measure, because if you're doing anything, you have to measure. You know, you are scientist, PCB, you need to measure. But if you kill somebody, you're not measuring it. But I want to give you this point. 10 reasons why we should end the death penalty. I understand somebody killed somebody who has a family, but remember, this has a family. Get away from all that we say. Who is legally allowed to do this? Assume I kill him, and you think you have to kill me, and my family found you that you killed me, and you and my family will be in a hostile relationship, and we will find each other to kill each other, and that will be killing society. If we need to build peace, we need to end the death penalty, because nobody is allowed. These are 10 reasons, international agreed reasons why we should end death penalty. First one, no state should have the power to take a person's life. No state should have a power to take person's life. That's why there is right to life. If you read thoroughly, very good, between 12 to 24, articles of the Constitution of the Republic of Tanzania, 1997, as amended and revised, you will see a lot of basic human rights are being talked there, including right to life. So, the second reason, it is irrevocable. You cannot revoke. Because today, teacher may lose his or her phone. And after losing the phone, he may say, give me this frontliner, 10 frontliner. After assessing very well, he will find that the thief took the phone and get to backbencher. So all these are not responsible for that theft. So it is like that. But you can't reverse. You can't make it back, the death penalty. Third reason, it is unfair to take someone's life. Fourth reason, it is inhuman, cruel, and degrading. Have you ever seen the video of somebody who is being hanged to death? Like that of Saddam Hussein? It is inhuman. It is inhuman. Because that guy, if you go, he even asked those who were hanging him, please, just make it easy with this rope. I will die in a very hard way. Just give me a handkerchief so that I can keep here, so that I can die slowly. So do you want another man to ask you about how should I die in a good way so that you can kill me? That is not good. It is inhuman. But also, the fifth reason, it denies any possibility of rehabilitation. We don't rehabilitate. To rehabilitate is to take somebody with bad behavior and to give him a program which will change his or her behavior, and we can say that we have rehabilitated him from somewhere to somewhere. But death penalty is not. The sixth, it creates more pain to the left, to those people who have been left behind. Children, wife, husband, mother, father. How do you feel to see me as a government killed your father because you alleged him killed somebody, and finally after 3 years we found the killer, the true killer? We will not get him back, right? The seventh, it is applied overwhelmingly in violation of international standard. International standard of protecting human rights are coming a long way from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, International Convention on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, and all others international treaties which intend to protect a human being. The eighth reason, it is counterproductive. It doesn't bring any positive result. The ninth reason, it is inefficiency and it doesn't keep society safer. If killing was a good cure for our society to be better, to date, we would all be righteous. Because this killing started a long way before our freedom, a long way before our grandfather and the grandfather, our ancestors being born, right? But today we have this law, we have this section, and people are still killing, raping, and do other things. We need to find innovative ways to solve these problems. But the 10th and the last, not all murder victims' family want the death penalty. Really, if you ask somebody whose child or whose daughter and son has been killed and ask him, what do you want us to do, the offender, some people may say, leave him. God will pay for me, right? Because in a religious perspective, we believe that once you are fighting in a human nature and once you are fighting in a spiritual nature, if you interfere yourself and forgot God, God will get away from you and leave you fight your war. But if you leave your wars to God, everything will be, because we're just thinking about life after life, life after death. So some people may say, no, leave them. They don't know what they are doing. Like holy people, the bishops, the sheikh, and all others. But we, the rude people, may say, kill. He killed, you kill, man. Kill, man. I'm saying, kill. But that is not how it works. Mathematically, we will perish all of us. That's why Martin Luther King once said, we should stand stronger as a family or perish as a fools, right? Yes. Thank you so much. It has been great. If anyone have any question, we would like to hear. But this was something to stimulate further discussion. We have not given you final conclusion. It's a matter of agreement, discussion, society, reflection, our background, because we're coming from different background, right? Those Muslim like I, like me, we know we have those jihad thing, right? And when you are talking about jihad, you are talking about killing and going to heaven. But is it really applicable to date? So we need to reflect that thing. So we are saying we have not coming here to say that you should say that we don't need death penalty. We are telling you to discuss further the positivity and the negativity of that decision. And if you think you are away from that. Because as I'm saying today, if you mistake your ID to the murderer scene, you are in. So by the mistake you are working and you're just driving your ID and somebody found it saying that this is Freddy from 5 PCM Azania, is a killer. Because the killer has no age. Young people killing, old people killing, right? So it might be you who to be executed. It might be him, it might be her. Are you ready to die? Thank you so much. I get back this mic to Hannah if she has anything to conclude before we say goodbye and leave your session. Hannah, welcome.
Thank you. I think Ali made some good points. Like he said, it's good to just continue talking about it and discussing. There's no right or wrong. There's different opinions all the time. I would just like to say that although we think that, you know, we want someone to pay if they kill my mother, maybe letting them sit in jail for 50 years is worse than killing them, because killing could be seen as mercy, you know, you end it there. And so in general, I believe the death penalty to not go in the same line as human rights. And I think that there are other punishments that are more fair, but also make sure that the person who's guilty suffers for what they've done. Yeah. Thank you for welcoming thank you for welcoming me to your school, Asante Sana. Yeah.
Presentation of the anti-death penalty is so cool. I hope guys you have enjoyed. Yes. Okay. For me, I have no comment, but to say that it must be removed, the death penalty. As you said that among it's go against the human right, because anybody has the right to live according to the environment. It does depend on what he or she has done. So that is all. But let me introduce to my boss of this school, the vice president, of Azania. Welcome.
My name is Khalifa, and I am in Form 6 right now. I think I'm very thankful for I being here, and I really appreciate this place here. And thank you for I getting this chance to speak here. And hopefully you are humbly welcome to be here. And also, I think today we had a very great news concerning this issue of death penalty. So thank you very much. I already got the lesson. Thank you very much.